visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training, where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. Entrepreneurs and visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training, where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. It's time to transform your passion into profit. Your host, Corey von Bill Foster, is about to take the stage. Get ready to be inspired and empowered. The future of your business starts now.
All right, we made it. Look, I'm excited, y'all, because in the background, y'all don't know, I was over here struggling. One thing I like about these Monday Night Lives is I get to kind of do it by myself, and it's just me to you guys, but also I'm by myself. So it's a lot of moving parts back here, and technology is doing its own thing. And of course, today, usually this what happens behind the scenes. Let me give you a little bit of behind the scenes real quick as I kind of get my bearings, because I was definitely moving real fast before we got started. But behind the scenes on Monday nights, I block off a nice little bit of time so that I can go back through my slides, go back through my notes, because I prepare Monday Night Lives months and months and months ahead. I actually planned out this year, like 2025's Monday Night Lives, like in December. And I'm always, when I talk and, actually present it, I'm always adding in like up-to-date things, but these have been planned out. So I like to go back and review what the genius of me in December thought about all of these topics, and I update my slides. I bring them over into our little system that we use to stream multiple locations, like all the things. Y'all, I looked at my clock because I was doing some work preparing for homeschool. For those of you who don't know, I also homeschool my kids. We're about to start the new homeschool year. So I was doing some things in their system, and I just happened to glance at my phone. And it's at 5:50. I said, oh my Lord, the devil is out here playing games. Because usually, we start at 6, by 4, I'm starting to lock in to give myself plenty of time. Usually I go get myself something to eat, something to drink. Like there is no liquid in here at all. So Lord forbid my throat get dry or I have to cough. But that's typically what happens behind the scenes, is I get to prepare. And today was not that day. It's not going to make or break the presentation or anything like that, but just wanted to let you guys know I love having transparent moments, because I think when they happen to you guys, right? Because I know, because my clients, when they happen to them, they feel like they're the only person in the world it's happened to, and they're just freaked out. Like, no, I've been doing these things now for almost 3 years. And it happens every Monday for almost 3 years. I have been live with you guys, and still today I almost missed it. I was deep into what I was doing, and I missed all of my alarms apparently. And yeah, that's what happened. But it's okay. We're gonna get back on track. Let me just hop over to LinkedIn real quick. Make sure you guys are seeing us, because right when I was coming on, my system was like, you need to reconnect LinkedIn. So let me make sure you guys can see us live, and then we will get started. Let me look. One thing about LinkedIn is it stresses me out, because it doesn't always show live where it needs to, but I can see the broadcast, but it don't say we live, and it's just like, why are you doing that to me? Why are you doing that to me? It's frustrating, but it's okay. I try not to take it personal. Like you can't take it personal, because if you do, you're gonna be stressed out. Technology is gonna do what technology wants to do. We just have to do our best to do what we can to mitigate all the issues. All right, so I'm just gonna let them know we are live because I see folks signed up, but I don't know. And it says happening now, but they can't see that it's like there's no live button, so I know it didn't tell them that we were live. But hopefully they in the room. And technically, like I'm gonna say technically for myself, it's Monday. It's every Monday at 6 p.m. so make sure you here on time. That's all I can say. I'm trying my best to make sure you get alerts and things like that. We may do in the future, maybe. And I see there's a little lag on my side. Let me try to close some windows up. Maybe in the future, what I will do is send an email like we're about to get started. But I try not to send too many emails. My thought is you guys get a reminder about the Monday Night Lives. So I'm thinking if you want to come, you will do so. Like, you know what I mean? You will hop on and be here with us. But maybe I'm tripping. All right, I'm trying to close this meeting as I can to give my internet a fighting chance. It's the last week of summer, so everybody's on the internet at my house, which means it's running a little slower. All right, I think I've closed pretty much everything that I can't close. All right, we just gonna have to roll with this. All right, let me take my little screen off for a second. Sometimes it reset it a little bit. All right, cool. Let's get into it because I want to make sure you guys get what you need, and then we will hop off for the day. It's a pretty simple topic that we're going to be covering today, but it's really important. But before we dive in, now that you just heard that I was, running ragged right before this, let me at least take a moment to breathe, right? And introduce myself. Hello out there, whether you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our Facebook private groups. If you are watching in one of our memberships, hello. I'm Corey Fonville Foster. I'm a speaker and a trainer. I'm a certified business coach specializing in all things business implementation. We really love being able to support coaches, consultants, speakers, and authors as they get things done in their business. That could be anything from launching a product, creating a course, planning an event, working on their operations, their marketing plans, their sales plans. We are here to help you get things done and actually get to your goals. And then I also am the founder and owner of iRock Marketable Business Solutions, which is a small business marketing firm based here in Virginia, supporting service-based businesses. We've done for you marketing services, logos, websites, landing pages, social media management, VA services, and more. All right, so that lets you know who we are. What are we doing here? Well, every Monday night at 6 p.m., we have our Monday Night Live Talks, where literally I just come on, I introduce a topic. Each month has a different theme, and then we just kind of dive into what that topic means for you as a business owner. We talk about why it's important. We talk about how we can incorporate it in our business. And then at the end, I always give you a challenge because we're about implementation. So that challenge just asks you to take action in the next 7 days around the topic that we're covering. And I promise if you're actually implementing every week, you will see growth in your business. So this month, we're kind of talking about, the client journey. Like you already got the client. What are you doing with them? How are you retaining them? How are you engaging with them? How are you making sure they have a good experience? I think that there's so much emphasis on getting people in the door, right? We spend a lot of time, money, and energy with acquiring new clients. It's just the nature of the beast. We always got to get new clients coming in. But that often means that we're not putting as much energy or emphasis on what happens once they are a client, right? We're just excited that they believed in us enough to give us some money. But what happens once they have slid their card, put their card information in, like what happens next? How do they engage with your brand? How do you make sure that they are happy, that you exceed their expectations? These are the things that we're kind of talking about this month. So today's topic is all about exceeding expectations to drive loyalty. We talked a little bit last week about the fact that it's easier to keep a client than it is to get a new one, right? Because you've already done all the grunt work. You've already built that know, like, and trust. If you deliver the way you're supposed to deliver, it's going to be a lot easier to keep that person. So we're going to be talking about one way to do that, and that's by exceeding expectations. That is going to have people who you work with want to come back time and time again, right? Because they just love working with you so much. All right, 3 things we're going to cover today as it relates to this topic is: 1, you're going to understand how surprising and delighting clients leads to not return, but retention and referrals, right? This is something that is highly under utilized as in most small businesses, but has a major impact, right? You're going to learn simple ways to create standout experiences. And then 3, you're going to build systems that consistently deliver I can't talk today, expectations and excellence. That's why when I don't have my slides, I'm like, what am I saying, y'all? But those are the 3 things we're going to talk about. Because again, when you really start thinking about your client's experience, one, when you really think about these things, it's going to boost up your referrals, right? When people are happy, they're going to tell more people. And then that's going to bring in folks to you that you don't have to warm up as much, right? Because they already have a little bit of not buy-in, but they already have a little bit of trust, because somebody they trust already is kind of saying, hey, I vouch for this person and their product. They're good. They're real people. You know what I mean? So that is a part of it. So it's going to boost referrals, but it's also going to boost retention, meaning that clients will stay longer or they will come back because of the experience that they received with you. So I'm going to start with a question. When was the last time a business made you feel unexpectedly valued, and how fast did you tell somebody about it, right? And we can think small scale for those of us who like to shop, right? Is nothing more exciting than a coupon, right? Somebody's like, hey, surprise coupon, or here's a little gift in your bag, like you didn't expect it, but you open up something you ordered and they gave you something really cool. You're like, oh my gosh, yes, I needed that, right? Even those little things excite me enough to be like, oh my gosh, this is why they get my money time and time again, because they're always giving me something that I didn't expect, and it's just nice to feel appreciated, right? And like, I'm already giving them my money. At least they can do is make me feel valued and appreciated. So think about, for yourself, when was the last time any company, big or small, big purchase, small purchase, made you feel valued, special, right? Surprised you, right? Because I'm thinking here, I'm like, what was the last one that I had? But I do a lot of shopping, and I do get a lot of things. So I'm like, let me think about it. I did talk about when I went to training a couple weeks ago, when they treated us to a really nice dinner. I was shocked. Like, I was gobsmacked. Because I don't know why I guess I didn't read it right, that they were providing us dinner. So I was kind of like, oh. So when I got there and they said it, I was like, oh, this is cool. But then when we got there and I saw the caliber of dinner, I was like, they like us, they love us, right? That's one big one. But then I think about, like, I love me some wigs and things. And sometimes in the boxes they will, like, if I buy it from like a wig company, not like Amazon, they will give you all kind of little freebies in there. I've gotten like wig spray, melting spray, wig caps, edge brushes. If you don't do wigs, you can be like, what are all these things? But it's nice. It's stuff you're gonna have to buy anyway, and it's nice that they gave them to me for free, right? I love free samples when I buy things. Like, please don't throw a sample in there. I'm gonna just be like, I'm in love, right? And it's a nice little added touch that, again, makes me feel valued. So tonight we're going to be talking about how to create kind of wow moments within your business. And they can be just small, thoughtful touches that make your client feel seen, appreciated, and just excited to work with you. And this could be for current clients. This could also be for past clients that you're trying to kind of bring back into the fold. And the reason why is because satisfied clients, they leave sometimes quietly, and you don't know why, right? But delighted clients, right? The clients who you've gone above and beyond for, they are those, again, who will bring others to you. So we want to make sure that we are thinking, like I said, not only about the clients we currently have, but the clients who we may have had, who we need to bring back in. These small acts of kindness work for both. So let's first talk about what is a wow moment. I kind of talked a little bit gave you a few examples, but I want to say, think about your favorite client experience ever. What made it stand out to you? right? So anything you purchase, especially around business. Ooh, I almost fell off my chair. Hold on. A little thing. There we go. Yeah, so when it comes to business, especially, think about when was there a time, right, that you had a wow moment or a wow experience, something above and beyond that you weren't expecting. And this is why it's so important. I stress this to my clients. Make sure that you are investing in the types of things that you offer, right? So I work in business, I buy a lot of business products because I want to see what other people are putting together. What are they, how are they making their client experiences amazing? And sometimes I'm learning what to do, and then sometimes I'm learning what not to do just from kind of experiencing other people's products and services. And a lot of people are like, they don't want to, right? They're like, well, I'm a coach. It's like, you're a coach, cool, but if you're not willing to invest at the same level that you want other people to, why would they? Right? And how do you know what's really worth what you're charging? And I think that's why a lot of people get stuck at the pricing phase of business because they've never spent that amount of money they're about to ask for on something similar. So back to the question, what is maybe one favorite client experience that you've had? Like I said, preferably within the realm that you already do, but if not, just in general, right? I love when I go to events and there's like special guest speakers or like VIP moments that I didn't know were going to happen. Maybe they're bringing up a special uh, musical performance, or maybe I'm going to get a little gift in my room. I've been to several events where when you check in, they give you like a special key card for your hotel. Those are like wow moments to me. I don't know how much they cost. I have no clue. But it's just like, ooh, this is cool, right? Just something special, something different. Um, it can do a lot. So that's what I said. Think about it, because when you're sitting here trying to create things, right? We teach a lot. Every single week there's something new, and it can be overwhelming, but I think it's because you're leaving experiences behind, right? You have experienced a lot of the things that hopefully that you are selling, and you've been in programs or you purchased things. What made you happy or what made you not happy about the experience? These are things you can lean on when you're trying to create your own wow moments. Because even when I was a product-based business back in the day, for those of you who don't know, I had a company called I Rock Mind, Body, and Soul, and I used to sell like soy candles and bath bombs and body butters and body oils and healing salves, soaps, things like that. I had to create wow moments then, and it could have been packaging, it could have been bonuses, samples, even the wow moments when we were actually vending was like letting people be able to smell, touch. All of those things were really nice wow moments. Coupons, buy two get one free, all of those types of things. So it doesn't have to be, again, extravagant, but they have to be meaningful, and the client has to want them, right? So a wow moment is something personal, meaningful, and that's often unexpected, right? The more unexpected, the better. It's going to show that you went kind of beyond the minimal, right? If everybody's doing here, you need to be at least, right above that. If you can reach for the stars, go for it. And it doesn't have to be huge, right? It doesn't have to be expensive. That's something else important to note. It doesn't have to be super expensive, because people think it does. I like a good pen. Send me a little pen and I don't know, a nice card, something simple. I'm excited. Right? Like, you got me a pen, yay. Little stuff, a t-shirt, right? I wear everybody's merch. I'm like, who do I have on today? But I have a regular shirt on today. But I wear a lot of merch. So any kind of merch stuff is like a wow moment for me. Like, give me a free shirt, give me a free pen. I'm sold. Give me an extra little bonus template, script. I'm excited, right? I'm just thinking like a business ones. Give me an extra coaching session, right? Give me a past conference to look at, like watching a replay. Any of these things are great. And the cool thing for those of you who have been putting on events, it doesn't typically cost you anything to give people access to those things because you're already housing them somewhere, right? Even if it's on YouTube, a lot of people don't realize on YouTube you can videos as unlisted, which basically means that if they don't have the direct link, they can't view it. So even if you don't have like an e-course platform, something like that, you can just put it on YouTube, mark it unlisted, and give people that link. That still allows them to comment, and you can see like how many people view it, but you don't have to spend extra money to put it out there. And that's still a great wow moment. Again, going above and beyond, saying, hey, here's this thing, an event I did, you now have access to watch the replay. Like, yay. So I want you to start thinking about where could you possibly put in some wow moments in a product or service that you have, that will allow you to nurture and build relation, right, and rapport with the current clients you have. But also, what could be a wow moment to bring past clients back, right? And a lot of times that's just an engagement moment. I have a realtor. I bought this house. Like I say, me and my husband and I bought this house in April I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. I never can remember. 2 or 3 years ago. Our realtor to this day sends us things, I would say probably quarterly in the mail. It just pops up and he just sends it. And it's just like, oh, you're thinking of me. And I used to feel some type of way because me and my realtor got really, really close during the housing buying process, because I got a house, again, 2-3 years ago, I got a house when the market was not super great for buyers. Like, people were paying cash for houses. I was out here fighting for my life. We had a very limited budget. We did not have a lot of like down payment money. It was a thing, y'all. If you know, you know. And I actually went to like a class to learn like real estate, basically like a new homeowners kind of class. And me and him were like working hand in hand. He would send me some places, I'd send him some places. We would, go back and forth on talking about stuff. We would talk about the bids we wanted to do. Like, me and this dude was friends. That's how I felt. Like, we was working that close together because during this time in the market, like, houses was moving fast. So it couldn't be like, let me think about it. And my husband worked all the time at that point. So, and he works on ships. Like, he works on like military ships. So there's no reception. A lot of times they're not even allowed to have their phone. So it's just me and my realtor, right? Hands in hand, trying to find these houses. And and through that process, I felt like I said, like we were friends. And I get, they're supposed to make you feel that way, right? The commission ain't enough. They're supposed to make you feel the warm and fuzzies. But even after that time period, like I said, it's been some years, he still sends us stuff. And again, it's great marketing. But as the client, right? I don't know what he's doing for them other folks that bought houses from him, but I feel special, even though it's in my husband's name, which is weird. I'm like, why are you sending him the mail instead of me? But it's fine. He still sends us stuff, and it's really sweet. And it reminds me of what an amazing experience I had working with him. And if anybody, like, if you in the Hampton Roads area looking for a house, let me know, because he was absolutely fantastic, especially because we had such tight parameters in a really, really tough market. And we found an amazing house in an amazing neighborhood at a really, really great rate. So again, wow moment there. So sometimes I think we're thinking too hard, right? The things he's sending is not super crazy, like a little card here, maybe it's around Easter. I know during football season, he always sends us the football schedule, which my husband really appreciates. And there's like little other things. It's like, little stuff, but it's like, I wasn't expecting that. Amazing. If I went 6 months and hadn't heard from him, I would be shocked. I'd be like, oh my gosh, is he okay? And then I would look him up on Facebook because that's my Facebook friend. Guys, I'm saying, when you build connections, it gets real, right? So wow moments there. All right. So, and it also could be things like sending a voice note to check in. Stuff like that is fine, including bonus guides, scripts, sending flowers. Oh, birthday gifts are nice. I did a program once where they asked us our birthday when we signed up. And I was like, maybe they're just trying to, look at their target audience size, whatever, to say, okay, we think is this, but, let's look at the data and these are the birthdays. But no, our birthday came up. We got a cool little email, at least I did. And it was like, hey, pick your gift. I got to pick between 3 things. And I think I got like a candle or a mug or something. I was really excited, right? Another just bonus. I remember I got in a program once and got flowers. I was like, wow, this is amazing, especially because that the client, well, not the client, but the company I was working with was not local. So I was like, oh, they done found somebody local to bring me flowers. I thought that was amazing. And I had actually saw on Facebook, like everybody who joined at the same time as me got them, and they were all over the country. So I was like, they had to coordinate with somebody's company to get us all like fresh flowers. And I was like, wow. Again, if you want your audience to say wow. Because it's not just about the money aspect, right? It's not like, oh, you gave me your money, I'm gonna give you exactly what you asked for. It's really about creating an environment, right, where your clients are always happy. They're always feeling like they're not only getting their money's worth, but even more than that. And I think that's where we sometimes drop the ball, because we're giving them just what they asked for. And it's like, what can we do just to do a little teeny bit more, right? Just a little bit more. So why does the wow moments matter? Well, one, and I've mentioned several factors, but we're gonna go through my notes. One, you're in a relationship when you're in business, right, with your clients. So it's not just about providing, like I said, the service or the product. We are trying to build long-lasting relationships that allow these individuals to have such an amazing experience that, again, they refer us. They talk pleasantly about us, right? We can't be in every room where we're mentioned, so we want people to have good things to say about us. And oftentimes they're not talking about just the status quo. Like if you bought a hot dog and it was a regular hot dog, nothing special, cool, you ate it, but you're not gonna go tell nobody about that hot dog. Now, if you ordered a regular hot dog and they decided, you know what, we gonna give you a 2XL, long hot dog, and we can do it with all the fixings that you love. You like, yo, I ordered this hot dog at this stand. It wasn't even a regular hot dog. It was a 2X hot dog with all the fixings. It was the best hot dog I ever had. Like, that's the feeling you want your clients to have. And no matter what you sell, you can find those moments. And again, it's just about creating small moments of surprise that increase, like we've been talking about, that loyalty and the retention. So yes, it's gonna make them feel good, but also as a business owner, we got to realize this is business strategy, right? We're trying to increase the revenue. We're trying to lessen the cost of acquisition, and all of this makes sense for that. So let's talk about how to build this wow. I've kind of given you some examples, but like I said, we're gonna go through my notes here. But before we do that, I'm gonna ask you one last question. Where in your process right now can you than what you're currently giving? Because I talked about some big moments, right? I talked about some smaller ones as well. But if you could find maybe just one area in a product or service that you could just tap in maybe 5-10% more on top of what you're already giving, would that make a big difference to your clients? I think the answer is yes, right? I think it would make a real big difference. Just a little bit more. Again, you don't have to go out here and go broke, right? It depends on, because there's a lot of factors that depend on kind of what level this wow moment is. If somebody is spending, let's say, $500 with you, then their wow moment is not going to necessarily be something that costs you money. But if somebody's spending $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 with you, you better get them a wow moment, baby. You better get them a wow moment. So just figure out in each product or service, right, or within the process that you do, right, to fulfill orders, what is something you can do unexpected, small or big, that can make a major impact, right? So map out your client journey and just pick a few touch points. Pick a few touch points and say, you know what, we can elevate this. We can elevate that. We can elevate that. It could be something as simple as giving them an added worksheet or a workbook. It could be giving them a little kickoff call. It could be giving them access, like I said, to a replay. It could be that pen and that note card. It could be flowers. It could be whatever you think makes sense, where you can just keep them engaged, keep them excited, and have them being like, they care about me, because that's what people want to feel. And also, where you can use automation, use it, right? Just like I said, when I onboarded to that program that got me the flowers and did my birthday, they had already gotten information. Just like when I signed up for a lot of programs, they're like, what's your shirt size? And sometimes I don't get the shirt for a while. It might not even be initially, but eventually, surprise, surprise, I got a shirt. Matter of fact, I just signed up for something today, and he was like, "What's your shirt size?" And I'm like, "Am I gonna get a shirt? Maybe, right?" It could be a book. So maybe you're an author. You can give them the whole book as a PDF for free. That doesn't cost you anything else. You could give them a chapter of the book, right? You can give them the workbook, but not the book. It's all kind of things you can do. But just find those moments within your client journey, pick a few spots, at least one per product or service, and wowify it. That's what we're going to call it. Wowify it and automate it as best you can from the jump. So that if it is something that depends on their size, their birthday, whatever the case may be, make sure you have it automated. So you're not coming in and saying, dang, I want to give out birthday gifts. I don't have no birthdays. Let me go ask everybody. Because now you're asking them to do more work. And we want this to feel pretty seamless. And then also make sure you're training your team to look for additional moments and opportunities, right? For those of you who don't know, I'm legally blind. I just got into a program a little bit ago. And I don't always disclose it. It just depends on if it's necessary or not. But this time, because they have a lot of events in person, I was like, hey, I'm legally blind. And they also have like a book club. I was like, so I can't, read books like manually on paper. So if there's a book that y'all are gonna give us, I would prefer it, the Audible version. And also, if it's going to be an in-person event, I have to travel with a companion for safety reasons, and they were like, bet, say less, we got you. That was a wow moment for me, right? Customized to me. They didn't have to do it for everybody because everybody doesn't have the need, but it wasn't like I needed to do a ton of things to get my accommodations. And that's something you should train your team to do, because I have been in situations, right, where I've dealt with different companies and things where I needed support and it was very hard to get. It didn't feel safe. It didn't feel great. It made me feel like trash. Like, you don't want people to walk away with that feeling. So make sure, like I said, you're training your team to look for those moments. You're training yourself to keep your eye out for those moments, to accommodate people where you can, to go above and beyond if you can, to make people's lives easier within the confines of your business when at all possible. Let me give you a few more ideas before we hop off. Send a handwritten thank you card right after a project wraps up. Include bonuses that they're not expecting at any piece of the offer, but also try to make sure it connects. Like, don't give them something random that ain't going to have nothing to do with what they're trying to do. And also something as simple as celebrating wins, shout outs. Those are really great too, especially when there's unexpected prizes. All right, so that is how we are going to create those wow moments. Those wow moments are going to lead to more loyalty, which increases our revenue and lowers our acquisition, right? Loyalty is what we need, but you can't expect loyalty if you are not at least hitting the border of where you're supposed to be, but you'll get more again if you go above expectations. And remember to create systems and automation to support you, because we're not trying to make ourselves do tons and tons more work. We're trying to make sure that it is just a part of our business, that we have these things incorporated. It shouldn't be this added challenge, like let's, gather up all these things and do this thing. It's like, no, this is part of the initial plan. We have a system in place for it. It's automated and it just works, right? So your challenge for this week is to pick one client this week and do something extra for them. Right? I'm not telling you to create a whole system this week. I just want you to pick one of your clients, right? And do something extra for them. And then pick one past client and then upgrade them to do something, right? Whatever it is, whatever makes sense for them. So pick one past client, one current client, and create a wow moment. That is it. Okay? Simple as that. And if they ask why, I'd be like, because I was thinking about you. I just want to do something nice for you. So if you were sitting here saying, Corey, this is amazing, thank you. But also if you're saying you still want more support in creating that client journey that incorporates those touch points, that really make sure that your clients are getting what they're expecting, right? They're getting those deliverables and you're being able to deliver with excellence. Like, let's talk. In the description of this video, there is a link there for you guys so that you can get the support you need. I offer a free coffee chat, which allows you to talk with myself, and it's completely free. You can let me know where you feel like you're struggling in your business, and I will be able to offer you support. Before I hop off, let me see if I can cue it up. I do want to mention that we have a challenge coming on. September 1st starts our Visibility Sprint Challenge, which is really designed for coaches and consultants who are trying to build more consistency when it comes to connecting and engaging with their audience through social media and email. So if you're somebody who's been saying, I know I need to post more, I know I need to build my email list, and I know I need to build my engagement, but for some reason, you have not been doing it. We ain't gonna point no fingers and say no names. But you know that this is something that really is important. I would suggest you join the challenge because we're going to support you in that endeavor. We are going to make sure that you are consistently posting every day on social media, right? At least once a day, and also that you are emailing. And the best way we can do this is give you prompts, give you suggestions, give you things to think about, give you a plan of action, right? We're going to talk to you about batching. We're going to talk to you about value emails and different things to look out for to make sure your emails actually hit the inbox, so that you can be consistent both on social media and email. Because again, if clients are engaged with you, they're more likely to do business with you, period.com, right? And I'm not saying this is somebody who's been wishy-washy. If you know me, you know I've been posting on social media every day for years on multiple platforms. And we also send out an email, it's called a value email, every single week, period.com. We also have a new blog article that comes out every single week, a new LinkedIn article that comes out every single week, and a live that goes out every single Monday. So I know a little bit about consistency. That's one thing that a lot of people talk to me about the most. They're like, oh my God, how are you so consistent? So here we are, a challenge. And the cool thing about this challenge is there's 30 days in September. This challenge is literally $30. That's $1 a day to be more consistent. And the cool part about it is, like with any other habit, when you build that consistency muscle, you're going to be able to do it more. So by the end of September, you will have built your consistency muscle to continue it. And it's really cool because if you are going to outsource it later, and I'm so with outsourcing it, now you understand what works and how to do it. And then you're able to pass that on to a VA, to an assistant, to whomever. All right. So definitely join the challenge. I'm trying to see if I can cue it up for you guys. I think I got it. I should be sure. Give me 1 second. I didn't have a cue, y'all. I told you I was 10 minutes trying to make sure I could get in here. Let's see. Let me share my screen. And we didn't make this super complicated. We wanted y'all to just be able to get to the information. So this is probably the chillest landing page you're ever gonna see, but it works just fine. So here you can watch my beautiful video that'll tell you all about the challenge. But like I said, I gave you kind of the rundown. It starts September, it runs through the whole month. That's what I didn't mention. There are no Zoom meetings, so you don't have to attend anything else. I'm not trying to add anything else to your plate. We're going to give you some information before the challenge even starts to help you prep. And then you'll be able to start, and we'll be sending you emails every week. We'll be checking on you. We'll be doing shout outs. There'll also be prizes for those who are consistent online. You can see here, let me blow it up to let you see what you get here. All right, so again, for the 30 days, right, that we're going to be doing since September, you're going to get a 30-day visibility calendar with simple daily prompts for email and social media. You're going to get a kickoff resource guide with a content prep checklist and platform setup tips. You're going to get weekly encouragement emails to stay motivated and accountable without stress. You're going to get prizes, like I said, and shout outs as well. And the cool thing is there will be no Zooms, no fluff. We're going to keep everything short and simple so you can get to your coins. This just says who this event is for. And when you come to this page, all you got to do is hit join the sprint now. And it's just going to take you to your checkout. It's $30. It's very, very simple. We're trying to make this as easy as possible for you guys. So if you're interested in joining the Visibility Sprint, I would love to have you. And we're also giving out something special, a wow moment, something special for those of you who sign up by August 15th. Right? So you got a couple days to think about it, but don't think too long so you can get that extra wow moment that we're putting in there for you guys. And don't feel bad if you miss the 15th, still join us. As long as you join by the 1st, you're going to be good to go. so that you can, again, be consistent on social media and via email. Because some of you swear up and down y'all got email lists and y'all ain't messaged them people in a year. It's like, do you really have a list? Do you really have a list? All right. With that being said, guys, that's it for today. Remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock, and I will see you next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the journey of entrepreneurship, success is often about having the right guidance and tools at your fingertips. Welcome to iRock Marketable Business Solutions, your compass to business excellence. We understand that as a service-based small business owner, your path to success is unique. That's why iRock offers a wide range of coaching and consulting services tailored to your needs. Imagine gaining the knowledge you need from the comfort of your own home. Explore our quick on-demand webinars, courses, and toolkits designed to accelerate your business growth. But we go beyond that. Join our vibrant community in our group coaching programs, or experience personalized guidance with our one-on-one coaching and consulting services. At iRock, every program comes with incredible bonuses. These bonuses are designed to support you on your journey, helping you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Some of our bonuses include expert speaker sessions, group Q&A calls, guides, checklists, scripts, and more. Ready to supercharge your business journey? Explore our coaching and consulting services. Get the guidance and tools you need to reach your goals. Empower your business with iRock Marketable Business Solutions.